Lovers, Taurus Nation, and their lovers. Welcome to your reading. No Taurus, when you're watching these readings for love, you're not just going to watch your sun sign. You're going to watch your sun, moon, Venus, and your rising sign, and then you're going to watch your person's placements in these areas because when it comes to soul connections, the energies can be flipped or vice versa, and they can even be mirrored, especially if it's your a high level soulmate or twin flame, because usually you're powering through the same issues, just on different levels of consciousness or awareness. And then you just be free. If a title calls to you, go there. Thumbnail attracts your attention. Follow your own intuition always. Now, because I'm out here, I am bringing messages from animal spirits. So whatever animal comes into my circle of awareness, besides Rocky's family that are bawling their head off right now, comes to my circle of awareness whilst I'm meditating upon you or energy, that is the spirit animal that I'm to deliver a message on. So you guys got the dragonfly, and to me, every time I see dragonfly spirits, um, dragonfly spirit for me is always a symbol of divine masculine energy, especially divine masculine that is in transition or transformation. Um, so that could be divine masculine within yourself, and of course, divine masculine expressed outside yourself as your divine counterpart, whether they're male or female in body. So it looks like that part of you that is within that divine masculine energy. And divine masculine energy is about all relationship with power and all relationship with society or relationship with the material world. It's about law and order. It looks like that is changing. So your programming is changing. What you define as powerful. Maybe before you saw power as being derived from outside yourself and in the material world. All that is changing, and it's changing, of course, on divine masculine outside of yourself, which is your counterpart. So there's that message as well. Now, um, Dragon Five Spirit is also about joy and finding joys in the little things. I'm being lighthearted. When you see the dragonfly skipping here and there, just finding joy wherever they can. And it's about a lightness of spirit. Okay, so to releasing all the heavy burdens and as being as free and as adaptable as possible. Now, Dragonfly Spirit also asks us to look within ourselves and without ourselves for any kind of self deception or any sort of illusion. It's about taking that deep dive, real deep dive into yourself. So it's almost hermity in some respects. It really asks you to delve deeper, look beyond the ego, right? So there's that need for deep diving, maybe deep diving into that masculine side of yourself, which is very interesting because I'm recording this message on Father's Day, and it is going to be the first Father's Day without my dad. Yeah, without my dad. I need a moment there. Um, and I actually dreamt him last night, and I dreamt that we were all in school, like high school, and I knew it was high school because in my country we still wear school uniforms. And I was wearing the school uniform of my alma mater. And because I had ribbons in my hair, which is, which is reserved for the law forms, I knew we would have been like, got to be like, to be wearing ribbons, you're less than 14 years old, less than 14, 15 years old. Okay, so that's where we are. And he was like like a visiting professor, and he was lecturing about the power of hydro energy. And he's always been, my dad was a conservationist. So to me, when I analyzed that dream this morning, to me it was like, one, I'm recognizing now that he was a very evolved spiritual being. That's one. I always knew, but I think, I know now he was very evolved. And two, he was also pointing me to look deeper into the power of the emotions, or the power of working from your heart space, because I'm Taurus also. And we can get lost a little bit in practicality, and we can rationalize a lot of things, and we can do a lot of things to try and escape how we feel inside. So maybe there's also this call for us to just dig a little deeper into our emotions, and face some of the illusions that we've built there. Because we can pretend that things aren't affecting us, and they are. Like now, I've been really good about my father's death, and then, you know, just happens. So Spirit is asking us, it's not a time to fool ourselves or deceive ourselves, but to face our fears and to face our emotions head on, especially perhaps when it comes to our divine counterpart. Because sometimes we can pretend that we don't care, and we do. Anywho's, so let's get into today's message. Say goodbye bye to my father's tree there. Alrighty. Let me see if I can get the best of both worlds, maybe. Alright, so let's see. So because I provide support for twin flames and higher level soulmates, we're going to dive deep into your person, because I know a lot of you right now, especially with Mercury retrograde, communication is screwed up, or it may even be non-existent, and maybe that's a good thing. All the wires get crossed during Mercury retrograde. Anyway, all readers are timeless. Whenever you see this, it's meant for you. So we have the King of Wands in reverse. So this is a card of inaction. It's a card of giving your power away. And King of Wands reverse can give his power away to so many different things. The King of Wands reverse is a bit of a sex addict, or philanderer. Okay, so he gives his power away like that. His creative energies like that. His spiritual energies like that. The King of Wands also in reverse also has anger issues. Okay, so they also give their power away like that. The King of Wands in reverse, it's also quite passive, allows other people to make decisions for them, and then they resent the people, that make decisions for them, especially when things don't go right. Okay, so just someone who's just not standing in their power, and it could be you, or it could be the masculine energy within you. Remember, it's always good to watch these readings twice, once for yourself and once for your person. Okay. All right, so let's have a look. Let's get a message from your person's higher self. Oh, whoa, that one flew out. Four of Wands. They're really self-protective right now. For some of them, they could be focusing really hard on the material world. They could be hoarding, but this is also a symbol of them holding on to you and holding on kind of tight. So we're dealing with someone that's kind of possessive. There's a lot of possessive energy here, and possession and that feeling of jealousy always comes from a place of insecurity, feeling like you aren't good enough. So we are here with someone who feels like they aren't good enough for you, okay? And they might be kind of closed off right now and focusing on their finances, because they're trying to build their self-esteem, and they're trying to build that based on the false foundation of material world. And we know that don't work, right? We know that don't work. So I'll go deeper into that card to find out exactly what's the message. But that's what I got just looking at the card there. Let's see how this person's feeling. Not necessarily related to you. We're just building a profile of a person. King of Pentacles. I told you, Taurus energy. Well, they're focused on you, but they also feel like in order to come towards you, they have to accomplish more. They have to be more stable. They have to be more educated. They have to be more grounded. They just feel like they need to be more in order to be on your level. They feel like they need to level up. But this is also someone who is in that provide and protector energy of Taurus. Dependable, loyal. Now, they could be that in another situation, surely, but they could also be wanting to be this person for you. So we'll clarify in a moment. Let's see what they're healing right now. So we have the Hanged Man in reverse, and we have Piscean energy coming through. So because usually, when I see this card, it's like, okay, well, this person was trying to resist seeing the higher perspective. And I do feel that. But what I get in this card today And because we got that message about diving deeper, I think this is a person who may have been emotionally closed off. Okay, and because they were emotionally closed off, and when your heart space is closed, um, you can't channel the light of spirit properly either. You can't receive love, you can't receive the messages properly because they're always filtered and they're always interpreted through your ego. So you always have a skewed view of the world and you have a skewed view of spirit, and your messages are your messages that you receive from your guides become distorted because they pass through the ego. You're not filtering it through the heart properly. So this is what I'm getting. Your person's healing their heart space. I think they're also, because Pisces is connected to Neptune, and Neptune can be about illusions. I also feel that your person might have been one of those who may have lost themselves in their own fantasy world. So um, the way they viewed life and living had nothing to do with reality, but um, that world that they constructed with programming from their ego. So they're releasing all that. This is someone who is facing their illusion. So this is where we see, dragonfly spirit coming through. So not only is you being called to look deep within and to banish any kind of illusions or self-deception, but also I feel this is what your person's being called to do as well. Okay? They're being called to see that higher perspective. They're being called to confront their illusions and fears head on. And that's a tough thing to do, especially when it's all you've known your whole life. What are they experiencing right now on their twin flame or soulmate journey? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. They're focusing on their childhood, okay? And they're focusing on how unstable and ungrounded it was. I do think for some of them as well, there's a lot of financial um, instability that they're facing right now. And this is triggering memories of their childhood and their deepest childhood wound, which is why they've been operating in lack. They're making that connect now. Okay, they're making the connect between that instability in childhood and the way that they operate in lack mentality, and the way that they're workaholics and the way that they hoard and the way that they make their decisions about relationships. They make it based upon um, the finances and what looks good on paper rather than operating from the heart space. We're talking about someone who's obsessed with the material world and making it and being stable. Them 3D message to you, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So that 3D message to you is that they're frustrated. I am picking up on a third party in this card because the Three of Wands. I am picking up on someone who wants to move out of some kind of third party situation, whether it's a work situation, whether might be an interfering parent, or it could be an intimate partner. This is someone who's getting impatient, who's getting frustrated with their situation, and they might be prone to doing something kind of reckless because I'm feeling that build up of energy. Okay, so let's go back to the message from the higher self with that Four of Pentacles. And Four of Pentacles, someone who is self-protected, but someone who is holding on to you. You see, they're holding on to the Empress. They're holding on to the Empress. This is you. This is you, Taurus. They're holding on to you. So if you feel like this person has forgotten you or they've walked away, no, they're holding on to you because even in their emotional body, they are thinking about you with that King of Pentacles coming through. Okay, I think that they want to fight for this connection. We have the Seven of Wands here, but first they need to stand up for themselves and what they believe in. I do think there's a lot of drama happening around your person right now. Okay, we have the Six of Cups here. This is someone who wants a reunion with you, a reconciliation with you, but there is a third party there. But notice, only two of these people are in the water. Only two of these people are embracing the energy, hydro, right, of their heart space. They're in the water here, while someone feels like an outsider looking on. I do think that this is you and your counterpart connecting through the heart space here, but there's someone else here in the mix, and this person who's looking on is deeply triggered by whatever they're seeing. We have the yellow here, and solar plexus chakra is our trigger center. So I do think that there's a third party here, and that's very triggered, and this person's about to make a lot of drama, and they're about to make your person's life very, very difficult with this Five of Wands. So this is an external party that wants to interfere. This person knows about you. Don't tell me any crap in the comments. How could they know? They know. Just as you have spirit guides that want the best for them and want them to achieve their highest potential, highest good, and the most soul growth, they too have spirit guides, okay, that are going to lead them to the truth. Just like you, how you were led to tarot readings, or you were led to angel numbers, or you were led to readings about divine masculine and divine feminine when you probably didn't know what the hell that was. Their spirit guides are also going to lead them to the truth. And it looks like, I don't know if they went through your person's phone. I don't know if they bounced up on your profile by accident or some pictures or whatever it is. This person knows about you. And there's about to be some shit that's about to go down in your person's life, if it's not happening already. Let's see what they're healing here. The King of Wands reverse comes out again. So they're healing divine masculine energy inside of them. Their masculine energy has been distorted. And remember I told you, King of Wands reverse is a philanderer. But this is your person's programming. This is what they saw as a child. This might be something generational. It is a philanderer. It is someone who gives their power away, their sexual energy, their spiritual energy. Okay? It is someone who may even abuse their physical power as well. Yeah. The King of Wands reverse is capable of domestic violence. I'm telling you right now, because the King of Wands reverse got anger issues. Because they're not processing the emotions in their heart space. Remember, anger is a secondary emotion. Beneath it, it's frustration, maybe a sense of betrayal, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so they're now diving deep between, underneath, that anger, which is just the outward display, and they're figuring out what they're seeing, the truth of what lies beneath here. What lies beneath, right? Yeah, what lies beneath? What lies beneath their angry outbursts? Because remember, divine masculine energy, the only emotion that they are taught that is acceptable for public display is anger. That's what they're taught. That's what masculine energy is taught. Is the only acceptable outward display of emotion is anger. And then we want them to be, open and transparent with us with how they feel and all of that. But we don't give them that space from birth, right? We don't give them that space. We don't give them that language. We don't give them those tools. But suddenly, when they grow up and they're in relationships they're supposed to know, I have a lot of sympathy for masculine energy too. What are they experiencing? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they're going back to their childhood. Ten of Pentacles reverse is my narcissistic family or dysfunctional family. This person grew up in a family that was heavily dysfunctional and unstable. And I think, too, there was a lot of economic instability. So they were taught from a pretty young age that they need to strive to be as abundant in the physical world as possible, because that's where you would get some sense of stability and some sense of safety and security. But we know that's not true. That's a false foundation. Yeah. And because they're finally facing these issues head on, they're standing in their power. They're recognizing what true masculine energy is all about, because this is Leo, this is Ra, the highest vibration of masculine energy. So this is what they're stepping into by processing that pain, that wounding, and that programming from childhood. What do they want you to know? They're frustrated as F. They are. They're frustrated. Okay? Because they realize that they've been given their power away to some other situation, some other things. Okay? So they're finally grabbing the bull by the horns. They're finally facing that situation. And they're also regretting that they let you go. Because upright, they were grabbing this bull. That's Taurus energy. By the horns, right? But they let you go. Okay? And they let you go because they were trying to avoid some kind of tower moment in their life. They're trying to avoid being vulnerable. Okay? They were trying to avoid the breakdown of maybe some other relationship that they built. So they were running from their emotions. Okay? They didn't want to face the truth of what they felt. But now they have to. Now they have to. Let's see their heart space energy for you, Taurus. We have the Six of Swords. Reversed. We have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Devil. Capricorn energy. This person feels bound to you. I think there's a lot of sexual energy coming up from this card. Okay? A lot of sexual energy. But this person feels like this relationship, this connection is irreparable at this point in time. I think either you might have ended things or they might have ended things because they're embodying the Ten of Swords energy here, which is total heartbreak and betrayal. And they can't seem to move on from that. This person is in a lot of pain. Spirit, why are they in a lot of pain here? Justice. Right, they got some karmic justice here. They received their karma. So if this person betrayed you in the past, wounded you, okay, know that they learned a hard karmic lesson. And they learned that hard karmic lesson because they were refusing to acknowledge the truth of who they were and the consequences of their actions. They didn't want to face the shit that they were doing. So Spirit had to teach them. Spirit had to teach them. This person was stuck. So Spirit had to teach them. So they are facing some hard karma here. This is divine justice that has stepped in here to teach your person that lesson because they refuse to do the work. So hard karmic lesson coming through from your person, but they feel ensnared by you. They feel like you're some sort of temptation. They might even think that you're the devil, right? But, you know, get a card on that. They feel bound. But I see them Nine of Swords in reverse. They're facing their fears. I think this person, because of the intense emotions, they might have even felt trapped. This is someone who's commitment phobic. So they don't want to get too deep into this and their emotions. Okay, but now they're facing the truth of how they feel. I think for some of you guys, they might have even written this off as some kind of purely sexual encounter or situationship. But now they're seeing the truth. They're releasing all these illusions. I remember what Dragonfly Spirit does. So they've been doing some deep diving. And what they found beneath the anger, beneath the bravado, beneath their thoughts about this being sexual, they're unearthing the truth, which is that they love you. It took that hard karmic lesson for them to realize that and admit the truth of their feelings. Now, union is an energetic alignment. It doesn't just take your person alone. There's also work that you need to do. So what do you need to heal? Okay, in order to move forward. Well, we have the Two of Wands in reverse, and that's about making a decision. The Two of Wands goes to the Ace of Wands. So Spirit is saying right now, you have to take back your power from the situation. They might have been giving their power away to some sort of sex addiction, to their anger, to other people. But you have also been giving your power away, either by waiting on this person or allowing this person to make decisions for you. Maybe you've been waiting on this person to make a decision about their life in order for you to get some kind of closure or something like that. Spirit saying, take back your power. Take back your power. You start your new beginning, and if they're meant to catch up, they will. Don't give them that power over you by waiting. Seven of Pentacles. What you need to do right now, invest in yourself. Spirit saying right now you are pregnant. For some of you, might be actually pregnant, but for others of you, you are pregnant with some beautiful idea that Spirit wants you to birth here. Okay? Spirit saying right now, invest in yourself. There's something that you're holding deep inside that you've yet to give birth to that's going to be particularly financially abundant. So right now, they're saying invest in yourself. Make a plan for your future. Go after what you want. Okay, and stand in your power. 9 of Wands. Right? 9 of Wands. They don't stick any bullshit. Scare off any kind of negative energy or any kind of people that come to play. 9 of Wands about standing in your full power and energy. Now, based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect? What will be your person's actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So a Virgo coming through. We had Cancerian energy. We had Capricorn. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Let me pull a card on that Six of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Swords. Alright, so expect this person to come forward. And they're coming forward with some serious energy because the Knight of Pentacles, he's a serious guy. He's thought about things. And whatever offer he's bringing, it is something that's solid and it's also something that's heartfelt. Okay, and it's an Ace of Pentacles he's bringing here. Okay, to offer you. So there's this new beginning that's going to open up for both of you guys. Once you both are committed to the path and once you both are grounded and stable and you have a practical plan. But Spirit is also letting you know that your person's going to still have a lot to sort out. There is going to be a lot of drama and upheaval happening in their life, and I feel like it's going to come from a karmic energy. Now, your person has a lot of karmic family members, this particular pile, right? We saw that. So I think there's going to be heavy interference there. If they have a karmic partner, it is going to be a down and dirty and nasty fight. Leave them to sort their shit out. Leave them to sort their stuff out. Don't let your relationship begin with drama, because that's exactly how it's going to end. My father said, if you want to see how something is going to end, look at how it begins. If your relationship begins in drama, deceit, and sneakiness, this is how it is going to end. Leave them, let them sort their shit out. Let them sort themselves out. What is the advice for you? What's the advice for you, Taurus? Besides standing in your power and taking your power back, what's the advice for you? We have Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Spirit saying you are also in your own karmic cycle. There's a karmic lesson that you are learning. So you might be focused on this person. Maybe they have a karmic partner, okay, or some kind of karmic parent or karmic family members. But Spirit saying you will also have some karma that you're processing. Let's look at see what that karma is. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And Justice. I'm getting 2 things. You have a karmic lesson to learn with regard. So you are mirroring your person a lot as well. You may not recognize that, but you are. There's a karmic lesson at hand here with regard to your relationship with the material world. Some of you guys are hoarders. Some of you guys are shopaholics. Some of you guys are workaholics. Some of you guys are those uber achievers, okay? Because that is how you base your sense of self, your sense of security on the material world. Spirits let you know that's a false foundation, okay? And they might have to trigger a shake-up of that material world in order to get your attention. But there's a lesson here about your relationship with the material world that they want you to learn. They want you to have a balanced relationship with the material world. That's one. For some of you, there is some ancestral karma and a strong past life lesson with regard to third-party situations. If you do an Akashic record reading, a past life reading, you may find that in a lot of your past lives, you might have been embroiled in some kind of third-party situation, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and sometimes, most times, knowingly. Spirit is saying this is a pattern that you're meant to release in this lifetime. This is part of your contract. And by third party situations, I'm not talking about polygamous situations where all parties know what's happening and they've all agreed. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where there's sneakiness, there's deceit, people don't have all the facts, they've not been given enough information to make a decision for themselves. You're imposing upon someone's free will, or someone has imposed upon your free will by not giving you the full facts. I'll put you in third party. We're talking about those. Spirit saying release yourself from that, because that energy is low vibing. And again, I'm not talking about polygamous relationships where everybody is operating from a sense of integrity, meaning that everybody knows what's going on and they've agreed to this. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those third party situations where there's some element of sneakiness, there's betrayal, that kind of thing, and all parties have not agreed to be in this, or all parties do not have the full information to make a decision about that. Okay? All right, my love. So that was your reading. I hope that helped you. I am grateful for your likes, shares, subscribes, dislikes. They all help the channel grow. And if you're able to take it a step further and interact with any of the ads that may have played during this reading, that's beautiful energy exchange for me. And please do it for any reader that you enjoy, especially the up and coming ones, because it helps their channel grow and helps them, expand their collective. Okay? All right, my loves. Take care. Bye.